It's showtime, baby.
And it is time for the main event of the evening. It's another right lance for the champion. You wanted the best, you got the best. Comes in wildly, and there it is.
To be the best, you gotta beat the best. So bring it, baby.
I will be on top for a long time. After Floyd Mayweather's done, Adrien Broner will take over boxing. AB.
And there he goes, a 1-2 combination.
I had to earn my way through. I got character that came from those experiences. He doesn't. They gave him what he had.
Unbelievable action.
I will stop, Paulie. Just watch June 22nd. I'm dropping bombs.
Continues to tag him with the right hand.
I want to dominate him, punish him, and I want him to quit on his stool.
June 22nd, he's going to wish there's another corner he can run to.
He knocks him down and out.
Malignaggi versus Broner. Live tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Only on Showtime.
The first day of summer. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Brooklyn, New York. Every day in Brooklyn, New York is beautiful. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Farhood, and I'm at Borough Hall. We're here for the weigh-in before tomorrow night's big fight at the Barclays Center. WBA welterweight title fight between the champion and Brooklyn's own, Paulie Malignaggi, against the challenger, Adrien Broner. So we're going to start the weigh-in in a few minutes. In the meantime, I'd like to bring in the one and only Bernard Hopkins. Now, Bernard, a little applause for Bernard. The trash talking that's been going on with these two guys is, I think, unparalleled, unique. What do you take from it? Why has it been so personal, and what effect will it have on the fight?
Well, I think in a way it's good that they have some animosity amongst each other, because that normally spells a good fight, a war of emotions and also skill. But it's going to settle down sometime in the fight where it got to get back to the skill, it got to get back to the plan, and it got to get back to the execution of what they worked on in the gym. And let me tell you something. And this is the only fight in my 28 history career as a professional where a woman is involved. And so when you have that big prize, because I look at it like this, I'm saying this, I didn't read it, I'm not repeating nobody. When you have a woman that's involved as the prize, I believe the woman going to go with the person that won. So Broner and also Paulie is both right now not only battling for a title, but the other incentive is they can walk home with the girl. So with that said, I think it's going to be really, really a great fight for Brooklyn, and it's going to be a great fight for boxing fans around the world, Steve.
Bernard, you're a master of the pre-fight psychological games. Is it difficult sometimes when you get personal with a fighter? Is it difficult to turn that off and then get in the ring and perform without emotion? Because we know an angry fighter is usually not an effective fighter.
Well, that's the difference between angry and getting in a guy's head. Each fighter has an obligation to say to themselves, do I let anger override the smarts, the technique, the skills, and the plan? If you can control those things, then the head games, the press conference, back and forth brawl or arguments, at the end, the guy that has that down pat and plan it the way it's supposed to be played, then he will have the advantage. Because at the end of the day, they both know, and they're veterans, they've been around the game, well, at least Paulie is. And Broner, you know, he's not green, but he hasn't been in the game long as Paulie. So Paulie knows the things that I know. He's been there, done that. He's been on a big stage. And Broner is fast approaching. He's on a fast track to accomplish what Paulie and I and other fighters had already done. But at the end, all the trash talking goes out the window, and the bell ring, and that's when everything has to kick in. So to me, it helps and it hurts. It depends on the individual to be able to handle it, to use it to his advantage and not his disadvantage.
One more thing, Bernard. You were a long-time middleweight champion making 160 pounds. We blink an eye, and all of a sudden, you're the light heavyweight champion at 175
Thank
pounds.
God.
Yeah, right? No more sweating to make 160. Broner's jumping up 2 weight classes. Is it, he says it's easy for him, it's natural, it's his natural weight. Is it as easy as he makes it sound?
It is. Why? Because I was at 60 for many, many years, and when I got a chance to go up to 175, some experts looked at me and said, wait a minute. You've been fighting at 160 and you're jumping up 15. You're jumping up 2 weight classes? I said, yes. And you're fighting Tarver? Yes. Because I knew, like most of us, that it took a lot of work to stay at one weight division for many, many years. And you know that you can put on that weight, that extra 10 or 5 or 6 pounds and be fighting just as strong, just as active, and just as dangerous to your opponent. So yes, Broner know that realistically, he's supposed to be fighting the weight that he's jumping up in. So to me, he's going to be at his natural. He's going to be at his natural speed. He's going to be stronger because he didn't have to sweat down. Matter of fact, the fight he lost, he had to pay some money because he couldn't make the weight. So trust me, that's not a factor to Broner or Canelo.
And Bernard Hopkins, everybody, will be part of the Showtime broadcast, taking Paulie's place tomorrow at the announcing table. Bernard, we appreciate it, and we look forward to your commentary tomorrow.
Right, and the reason I say Canelo is because the Mayweather and Canelo situation about the 2 pounds or 3 pounds.
Right.
For Canelo, it might be a problem. For Floyd, it's going to be a bonus. You take off 2, I add on 4. I'd rather be the one adding on 4 than taking off 2.
Bernard Hopkins, everybody. Thank you, Bernard. And right now we're going to bring up a special guest from Borough Hall who's going to welcome all the fans here.
Hi, everybody. My name is John Paul Lupa. I'm Borough President Markowitz's Chief of Staff. Are you ready for championship boxing in Brooklyn? All right. I think those of you know Marty, we finally found out the way to keep him from a press conference at Borough Hall. You just tell him there's a scale out here. Seriously. This is exactly what Marty envisioned when he led the fight to bring Barclays Center to Brooklyn. World-class events right here in Brooklyn, not only for New Yorkers and Brooklynites to go and see, but for people around the world to come and enjoy. So on behalf of 2.6 million Brooklynites and Borough President Marty Markowitz, I want to say the only thing better than championship boxing in Brooklyn is championship boxing in Brooklyn where the champion is a Brooklynite. So to Paulie, welcome home. To Adrien, welcome to Brooklyn. And to the WBA Welterweight Championship, welcome to the big stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we have another guest coming up here right now. Brooklyn is definitely in the house. 2-division former world champion. You know him, Zab Judah. Zab, we saw you at the Barclays Center in your last fight, and to me, watching it and commentating on it, there was not a doubt in my mind that that house, the fact that you were fighting in Brooklyn and your fans were there, turned you on and helped give you a great effort. Is that going to affect Paulie in the same way, you think?
You know what? He should let it use the crowd hype to motivate itself, and I hope that they go in there and be successful and keep Brooklyn going.
What do you make of all the trash talk that's been going on? You know Paulie forever.
I think it makes great entertainment. It makes a great opportunity of this fight. This is why we all here. This is why the fans are here today, because they know that tomorrow night, Broner and Paulie's they're gonna meet in the middle, and something's gonna happen, and we all want to see what's gonna happen.
What makes a fighter from Brooklyn a little different than everybody else?
I don't know. For myself, I could say I guess it's my upbringing. The trials and things that I've been through in my life, and I just use that as motivation to motivate me when I fight.
All right, last thing, Zab, tell us what you think is going to happen tomorrow night at the Barclays.
I think you're going to see Adrien Broner come in there with his good shell defense and come in there and apply a lot of pressure to Paulie. And I see Paulie going in there using his fast hands and quick feet to try to offset Broner. And I think that should be an action-packed fight. That's going to make some action tomorrow night. I can't wait. I'm excited.
And next for Zab Judah?
I'll be back here in October, you know what I mean? I can't fight nowhere else but here in Brooklyn. I love these people here, man.
Zab Judah, everybody. We appreciate it, Zab, and we wish you a lot of luck, man.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow night. All right, I believe we're going to have one more guest. He's making his way here. Another world champion. Here he comes. Welterweight champion of the world, Devin Alexander. St. Louis guy, but we love him in Brooklyn too.
Yeah, I love Brooklyn.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to be in Brooklyn.
Congratulations on your win recently on Showtime.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks to all my fans out there. I appreciate it.
Give us a little bit of an update on what's next for you.
Well, you see, I got the brace on, so I got about 4 more weeks to heal. I broke my hand in my last fight against Lee Purdy, so I'm just resting it right now. On the horizons is American, December 7th. That's what they're talking about, and we'll see what happens from there.
Tell us a little bit about this fight. How do you? It's in your weight division, so how do you see it, and what do you make of all this stuff that's been going on pre-fight?
Well, it's gonna be an awesome fight. Awesome fight. Good atmosphere. A lot of trash talk. That's what the fans like to see, I think. A lot of trash talk, and I think I'm here to support my little brother twin, Adrien Broner. So I think it's gonna be a spectacular performance by him, and he's gonna be victorious.
These people still love you, even though you picked against Paulie.
well, you know, I got to go with my man. That's my man, and I'm sure they're going with their man, so it's all good. It's business.
Devin Alexander, welterweight champion of the world. We wish you a lot of luck. Take care of that hand.
Appreciate it, Steve.
All right, Devin. And we're going to have one more guest. All right, he's being summoned. The CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, Richard Schaefer. Oh, here he is. Tomorrow night's fight will be promoted by Golden Boy at the Barclays Center, which is a regular destination now for Golden Boy. Richard, how are you? Come on right over here.
Very well, thank
you. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So this fight seems to me a little different than everything else we've done. Part of it is because of the build-up. It's been kind of unique. Tell us how you see this.
Well, you have two of the best trash talkers in the business fighting each other, and they're very talented fighters as well. Each one, I think, brings a very different style to the game. Paulie defending here in his hometown, a lot of pride at stake. He is ready. He really wants to show young Adrien Broner what it's all about, what he had to go through to go to the top. So he's motivated, as motivated as I've ever seen him. And with Adrien Broner, we have one of those rare talents which come along maybe once in a generation. He not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk. But he realizes that this is the biggest test of his career, and going into enemy territory here in Brooklyn, New York, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be here cheering for Paulie Malignaggi, the hometown hero. So he knows what he needs to do, and he's ready to go.
Richard, having fights in Brooklyn is, for pure New Yorkers like ourselves, we love it. It's been fantastic. This will be the third Showtime show at the Barclays Center. How is it going, and do you see something building here that can last for a long time?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have a record crowd tomorrow. Make sure you get your tickets. They're starting at $25. I anticipate the sellout. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger here. Brooklyn clearly has become a destination for big-time boxing now, and we are very proud to bring on a regular basis these big fights to Brooklyn. I'm already talking to the Brooklyn CEO, Brett Yormark. For the remainder of the year, we are looking at maybe bringing 2 more fights here, one in October and one in December, and we will definitely continue with the momentum. Brooklyn is a fight town. They have great fighters from here, and we are very proud to bring boxing back here to Brooklyn.
Richard Schaefer, we look forward to tomorrow night. Thank you for taking a moment. The CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, Richard Schaefer. Thank you, Richard. All right, we're getting ready for the festivities. Let's throw it to the classy one, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and we welcome you to Borough Hall in Brooklyn for this very beautiful first day of summer, and the official weigh-in for our big fight card coming away tomorrow evening at Barclays Center, brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions and Showtime, sponsored by Corona, la cerveza más fina, and AT&T Piensa Sin Límites. We're going to begin our weigh-ins with the vacant WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World. This opens up our Showtime Championship Boxing telecast at 9 p.m. local time. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we invite to the stage, ranked number 3 in the world, the undefeated fighter from Mexico City, Marco Antonio Periban. And at this time, we invite to the stage his opponent. He is ranked the WBC #1 contender, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, Sakio, the Scorpion Bika. Well, fans, once again, this bout scheduled 12 rounds of action for the WBC Vacant Super Middleweight Championship of the World. We invite first to the scale, once again ranked #3 contender in the world with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. From Mexico City, La Ciudad de Mexico, here is the undefeated Marco Antonio Periban. $167.2 pounds for Periban, 167.2 pounds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, with a record of 31-5-2 with 21 knockouts. He is ranked the WBC #1 contender. He'll be making his 4th attempt at a world title. Here is Sakio, the Scorpion Bika. Bika weighs in the same 167.2 pounds.
So there you have it. Both Bika and Periban make weight. Should be a very exciting super middleweight title fight. And Sakio Bika, one of the best fighters in the world not to ever have held a world title. This might be his best chance in his 4th try at a world title. And Marco Periban from Mexico. He's fought in the U.S. 3 times. He's 20-0, but he's taken a big step up in fighting Sakio Bika, be the toughest test of the young Mexican's career.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it opens up Showtime Championship Boxing, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 12 rounds for the vacant WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Sakio Bika versus Marco Antonio Periban.
You saw the stare out. I don't think there's anything that Periban can bring against Bika that he hasn't seen before. Bika's been in with Joe Calzaghe, Andre Ward, the best fighters in the world. He's got a big edge and experience. So next up will be the heavyweights.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our next featured attraction, a title bout scheduled 12 rounds of action. This bout is a rematch for the NABO and WBC International Heavyweight Championship. A rematch and a revenge bout in order, perhaps another win on behalf of the champion. This bout is brought to you courtesy of Golden Boy Promotions and K2 Promotions. Of course, Showtime, Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, and AT&T Piensa Sin Límites. We're ready to bring up to the stage at this time. He is the challenger and former champion from Brandywine, Maryland, ranked the WBC #2 contender. Please welcome Seth Mayhem Mitchell. And his opponent ready to join us onto the stage at this time. He is the defending champion, ranked #2 in the world by the WBO. Here is Jonathan Banks.
As we get ready to weigh in these
well,
heavyweights.
We're ready to weigh in our
Jimmy.
fighters. At this time, we invite to the scale first the challenger, once again from Brandywine, Maryland. His record 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Ranked number 7 in the world by the WBA, but number 2 in the world by the WBC. Here is Seth Mayhem Mitchell. $243.8 pounds for Seth Mitchell, 243.8 pounds. And we're ready for the defending champion in this rematch, hailing from Detroit, Michigan. His record 29 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw with 19 knockouts. He is the NABO and WBC International Heavyweight Champion, Jonathan Banks. 216.6 pounds for Jonathan Banks.
Well, there you have it. You see that Seth Mitchell, the former Michigan State linebacker, who only 6 months ago was considered to be the best young American heavyweight, he has about a 25-pound weight advantage over Banks. But what Banks has is the fact that last November he knocked Mitchell out in 2 rounds, knocking Mitchell down 3 times. This is an immediate rematch. Seth Mitchell and his people say, hey, we're the better fighter. That's why we wanted an immediate rematch. We'll see if Seth Mitchell can regain his status as a young heavyweight, American heavyweight to watch.
While we wait for the main guys, Monica wants us to interview Banks and Mitchell, so whoever we interview, the other one's going to do an ESPN.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's a rematch. 12 rounds for the NABO and WBC International Heavyweight title. Jonathan Banks, Seth Mayhem Mitchell.
We're going to talk to the heavyweights in a moment, Seth Mitchell and Jonathan Banks. They're still on the stage. Once again, this is an immediate rematch. Neither fighter has fought since that fight they had last November when Jonathan Banks, who's a fascinating guy for the simple reason that not only is he a contending heavyweight, he also happens to be the trainer of the #1 heavyweight in the world, Vladimir Klitschko. All right, I think we're going to get Seth Mitchell right now. Seth Mitchell, good to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Unlike a lot of heavyweights, you have been remarkably consistent with your weight. 243, I believe today, 242. Are you just always in shape? I mean, you look absolutely awesome.
Always in shape. I take my craft very seriously. I prepare very hard, and it's just a weight that I feel comfortable at. Anywhere between 240 and 244, I feel very comfortable.
You have about a 25-pound weight advantage on them. Is it an advantage, and how do you turn it into an advantage?
It's an advantage if I'm smart with my game plan and let my size work for me, and not try to go out there and get an early stoppage, but just let the War Nutrition just wear them down and take them into the late rounds. I know a lot of people they question me in that aspect because I haven't went rounds, but going 12 rounds will be no problem for me, and if it goes 12 rounds, you'll see that I'm well conditioned and I keep my power late.
This rematch actually was supposed to take place in February, but Jonathan Banks injured a thumb, so it got pushed back to June. Had it taken place in February, that would have only been about, 3 months after the first fight. Tell us why, coming off a knockout loss where you got dropped 3 times, why you wanted this rematch now.
I wanted a rematch now because I feel that I'm a better fighter than Jonathan Banks, and I didn't, display all of my qualities in that fight, not taking anything away from Jonathan Banks. He did what he was supposed to do. I never made any excuses, but I know I'm a better fighter than what I showed.
And Seth, we've been talking about a young American heavyweight for a long time, as you know, and you were deemed the next one. If you win tomorrow night, you perhaps will regain that status. Is that something you embrace, or is there pressure that comes with being the next American heavyweight?
I always want to be in situations where the pressure is high, where the stakes high. If you're in that position, you're heading in the right direction. So, I think a win tomorrow night would definitely, I think it'll put me ahead of, even if I had won the first fight, because it shows my character. It shows, you know, the type of, you know, person I am to be able to handle and fight through adversity.
Last question, Seth. How's the fight going to go tomorrow night? What's going to happen in the ring?
I'm going to take it round by round, win each round, and, you know, if the knockout comes, it comes. But I'm just planning on fighting a hard 12 rounds and coming out victorious. But I'll definitely, you'll definitely see a better, smarter fighter.
Seth Mitchell, we wish you a lot of luck. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
All righty. Seth Mitchell, he has that one loss. He's looking to avenge it tomorrow night against Jonathan Banks, who stopped him last November in 2 rounds. So this is a very, very significant fight between 2 fairly young American heavyweights. And speaking of Jonathan Banks, step right in here. Welcome.
Thank you.
I just asked Seth. He came in about 242, 243. You came in 215, 216. Is that weight difference an advantage for him, a disadvantage for you? Or I'm sure you don't see it that way. Explain what impact that weight difference would have in this fight.
I don't think it's an advantage or a disadvantage for either fighter. I mean, I think every fighter should come in the best weight they feel comfortable at. And I believe that's relatively the same way he came in usually all the time. So he must feel comfortable that way. I'm coming in at a weight where I feel comfortable, I feel strong at. So I guess that's what it is.
Jonathan, the fact that this fight is in an immediate rematch and was delayed a little bit because of your thumb injury is interesting to some people, because you didn't just beat him, you knocked him out. You knocked him down 3 times. When you heard that Seth Mitchell really wanted an immediate rematch, what was your reaction?
It was just like, okay, you know, I thought I was going to go on to something else, but he wanted a rematch, so I said, okay. I know he's a competitor. I knew he was going to be a tough opponent, and he's coming back a bigger competitor and a more tougher opponent. So this is something I expect. I expected that to happen.
You're in a very interesting situation, because if you win tomorrow night, that'll be 2 wins over Seth Mitchell. Obviously, there aren't a lot of American heavyweights to look at. You're highly rated, yet you're also the trainer, as we mentioned before, of a champion in Vladimir Klitschko. So where does that put you in the big heavyweight picture? It's a unique situation.
It's a very unique situation. Where it puts me, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, it keeps my name being mentioned. What's gonna happen, I'm not sure. But one thing I do know is I'm ready to compete against anybody.
You're predicting a second knockout?
Yes.
Jonathan Banks, we appreciate a couple of minutes. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
So Jonathan Banks looking to make it 2 wins in a row against Seth Mitchell tomorrow night in the co-feature to the WBA welterweight title fight between Paulie Malignaggi and Adrien Broner. All right, let's see. We know that Paulie Malignaggi and Adrien Broner are here. We're waiting for them to come to the stage, and we can't wait for this fight. The trash talking before this fight has been brought to an entirely new level. From the very first press conference all the way through yesterday's final press conference, it's gotten personal, it's gotten nasty at times. We look forward to the fight because it is a fight. It's not a contest of who can out-talk the other one. But there's a lot of bad blood, and those fighters are going to have to put that aside when they get in the ring, because in a boxing ring, emotion usually is a negative. You don't want to be emotionally involved, and these guys are professionals. They're going to have to let that go and start thinking like fighters and not how to top each other with the next one-liner or the next insult. But we will have them hopefully staring each other down after the weigh-in here in a couple of minutes, and we'll see what that looks like. So stand by, and we'll be bringing you Adrien Broner and Paulie Malignaggi. They have to make 147 pounds. This is a WBA welterweight title fight. But first, as I said, the trash talking has been going on from the beginning. Let's take you back to the initial press conference for Paulie Malignaggi and Adrien Broner.
I wasn't going to say much, but I got here and I chose to think different. I'm gonna give you a hell of a lot.
There's nothing marketable about him. He's not creative. He's not intelligent. He don't give you a quote. He comes up here and says, what is he gonna say next? That's because it's so corny. That's what we're gonna say next.
He gonna throw a lot of jabs, hooks, run around the ring. I call him the one-hand bandit. Never threw a right hand before, ever. June 22nd, he's gonna wish there's another corner he can run to.
Dog, get your own character. You're Adrien Broner. You're not Floyd Mayweather. You're Adrien Broner.
I win like him too. I take him serious, but he's a clown. He's gonna come in with a lot of colors, with big feet and colored hair, and I'm gonna punch his nose red before he can fill out the outfit.
I don't know what this guy's saying half the time. You know, so hopefully after I beat his ass, I can beat some personality into him so he gets his own personality, gets his own character.
I have my own personality. I don't go home and practice. I don't go home and study nobody. This is me every day.
I had to earn my way through, man. I had to go through the ringer, man. You know what I mean? And so I got character that came from those experiences. He doesn't. They gave him what he has. And on June 22nd, a lot of that character or the character flaws in him will be exposed.
I will stop, Paulie.
Domination. If I don't dominate him, I'm not happy. I don't just want to win. I want to dominate him, punish him, and I want him to quit on his stool.
Just watch June 22nd. I'm dropping bombs.
So pretty strong words from Paulie Malignaggi. He's the experienced fighter here, and he says that experience is going to allow him to teach Adrien Broner a lesson. So that was the initial press conference. It didn't cool down at all before yesterday's final press conference. And we understand Paulie Malignaggi.
No, I'm serious. You got good talent. I want you to keep your day job, because after this, you're not going to be relevant in boxing unless it's with a microphone. And I'm dead serious, and I'm being serious. I will leave Saturday night a 3-time world champion at the age of 23. And I got to put on the show. You know I got to put on the show. And we really got to fight Saturday. I'm going to knock him the out. He's never been knocked out. I'm going to knock him the out. And after that, if these guys want to sign up to fight, I'll fight them too. With that being said, I'll see y'all Saturday night. It's going to be a hell of a night. I will be victorious.
Stop, man.
Clown, stop talking.
Come on, man. You're supposed to be a role model
Clown.
on TV. Stop cussing.
Ringling Brothers is coming over next week. You could join them after this, all right? Stop talking. You're a clown. All right, thank you. It's my time now. Did anybody else notice he was here like a half hour before the press conference started and he pretended he was late? Did anybody else notice that? Because I had people calling me like, yo, Broner's here. And you know how I know they weren't lying to me? Because they told me what he was wearing. So then he shows up an hour into the press conference like he showed up late. He's trying to show up fashionably late. Stop trying so hard, bro. Just do what you got to do. Stop trying so hard because people see right through you. You're a clown. This guy is nothing. This guy is nothing. And on Saturday night, I'm going to prove to you how nothing he is. Nothing but talent. We get to the late rounds. You remember in that locker room at Wildcard Gym a couple of years ago when you were getting ready to fight Ponce? And we was in the locker room, and you was all nervous about going the distance, so you think I forgot that conversation you had with me? You think I forgot that conversation you had with me? Hey, Paulie, how you go with all them rounds, man? Because I never been 10 rounds, you know, and you know, the fight is this Saturday. How you go 10 rounds? And I had to explain to him how it is you go 10 rounds without mentally killing yourself. And then shut up, I'm talking, shut up. You were doing a public workout at Wildcard, shut up. This has been going on the whole camp. If it was going to affect me, it would even affect me in the gym and stuff like that. And really, we've been guns blazing in the gym, really sharp. So when you get in the ring, you kind of know where to put your focus and you know where to hone your energy. And we know exactly what we're going to do. You're going to be a lot of surprise people. That's going to happen on Saturday night. A lot of surprise people. They shouldn't be. If they know anything about boxing, they wouldn't be, but they will be. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'm not doing anything for nothing personal. He's taking everything personal, as you can see. And after the fight, it's going to make him feel worse because I'm going to him up.
Jumping 2 weight classes, does that...
It's just some things that you're blessed with. God have blessed me. I'm blessed with power and speed. You know, I got the IQ of Einstein. So at the end of the day, when I'm inside that ring, I'm always put on a show, and I will be victorious. If I don't stop him, he will be brutally beat. For the next couple of shows, you'll see him with glasses on. Is that okay?
As long as he can see the ring. Adrien Broner, we wish you luck Saturday night.
All right, thank you.
All right, the trash talk time is over. It's time for these fighters to weigh in. Let's throw it to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you. We're ready to bring out the fighters and welcome them for the weigh-in for the main event of the evening. The WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions, R&R Promotions, and Showtime. Sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, and AT&T Piensa Sin Límites. Well, our fighters are already on the stage. We want to welcome them officially. First, ladies and gentlemen, to my left is the challenger. He is the former WBO Junior Lightweight World Champion and the current WBC Lightweight Champion of the World from Cincinnati, Ohio, Adrien "The Problem" Broner. His opponent to my right is the defending world champion. He's the two-time world champion, the current and defending WBA welterweight champion of the world from Brooklyn, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. And first we invite to the scale at this time, once again, the challenger. Undefeated in his campaign with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 22 knockouts. Challenging for his third world title, please welcome Adrien, the Problem Broner. 146.8 pounds for Adrien Broner, 146.8. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the defending world champion with a record of 32 wins, 4 losses with 7 knockouts. He is the two-time world champion, the current defending WBA welterweight champion of the world from Brooklyn, New York, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. $146.4 pounds for the champion, Paulie Malignaggi.
So both fighters make weight, and we're awaiting the stare out. Adrien Broner. Doesn't look very tight to me. Broner doesn't seem to want to leave the Corona girls. Can't blame him. Adrien Broner, 26-0 with 22 knockouts, moving up 2 weights to take on Paulie Malignaggi, the defending WBA welterweight champion. Paulie's 32-4 with only 7 knockouts. And Paulie's got his belt draped over his shoulder, and here comes the long-awaited stare out.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the showdown at Barclays Center, the main event. 12 rounds for the WBA welterweight championship of the world. The Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, Adrien the Problem Broner.
All right, I think we're ready to go, Adrien Broner. I don't think our microphones picked up what was said between you and Paulie just now. Maybe that's a good thing, huh?
Yeah, it's a good thing.
X-rated?
X-rated, just like I like it.
Before a fight like this, when you know you only have 24 hours to go, and you look in a guy's eyes, like you just looked into Paulie's and he's looking into yours, what do you see and what's the meaning of all that?
I looked in his eye, he need a burger, he hungry.
You're saying he struggled to make weight?
Oh, man, he struggled. We ate last night, we ate this morning, we feel good, we good.
You're a heavyweight with all this bling on you.
Hey, with all this bling on me, I weigh a ton.
All right, so all the talk's done now. The next time you see Paulie, you'll be in the ring at the Barclays tomorrow night. Is all the bad blood between you guys and all the talk, is that going to have any impact on the fight, or is it just going to be a fight?
I mean, I'm going to fuck him up, and then I'll take him to get something to eat later.
What's going to happen? Tell us what's going to happen in the ring.
Hey, man, I'm going to make easy work. I make easy work. They can scream Brooklyn, but it's going to be Cincinnati tomorrow night.
Adrien Broner, this is a weigh-in, so one last question about the weight. Obviously, we've talked about the fact that you were a lightweight, you're jumping up to welterweight, the impact that's going to have on you in the ring.
Hey, man, ain't no impact on me, man. I do what I do, man. This boxing, man, I was born for this. I was born to be a star, and I'm the biggest star in the game, and that's why they pay me more than Paulie.
You came in 146.8, almost at the limit. Was that intentional, or is that just the way your body responded to training?
Hey, man, I came in, I made weight, I was underweight, and I did what I had to do.
We wish you a lot of luck. We'll see you tomorrow night, Adrien.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. Don't ever wish me luck, because luck run out. I'm blessed. Just pray for me.
Adrien Broner, the challenger. We're going to go across the stage to Paulie. All right, I assume we're on here. Paulie Malignaggi, when you looked into Adrien Broner's eyes there, he looked into yours. What do you see?
He's scared, man. He's nervous. He gave me that nervous smile every time I get in his face. He's scared. This is his biggest step up. I'm the best fighter he fought, amateur or pro. He's scared. He's like a little kid right now. That's every time I get near him, he gives me that nervous smile. You know when somebody's nervous, they give you that nervous smile? That's all he keeps doing, man. Every time I get in his face, he gives you that nervous smile. Tomorrow, even that nervous smile is not going to save him. Trust me.
There's been so much talk, so much emotion, so much bad blood between you two. You're a pro. How do you turn that off in 24 hours and go out and perform without emotion?
It's been bad blood the whole camp. I've been performing great in training camp. I'm in the best shape of my career. I feel sharp. It doesn't matter, you know, whether there's bad blood or not, we go in there and we perform. You know, that's what makes a pro, and that's what makes an elite fighter. I've had a great training camp. There was bad blood during training camp. It didn't affect my training. It didn't affect my performances. So the same thing tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, you're going to see the bad blood or not. Tomorrow night, he's getting his ass kicked.
He was a 135-pounder. We've talked a lot about the fact that he's jumping 2 weight classes. Surprise you at all that he's 146.8?
I don't care, man. That doesn't matter. He can weigh whatever he wants. He made the weight. That's what counts. That means he's qualified to get his ass kicked tomorrow night. That's all that matters.
Last thing, Paulie. Brooklyn is here supporting you. They'll be in Barclays tomorrow night supporting you. How is the crowd and your support going to affect your performance?
I don't know. We'll see. Brooklyn is in the house all the time, man. This is why I went to Ukraine and won that world title, so I could perform in front of my crowd, in front of my fans, in front of my people here in Brooklyn, and that's what I look forward to doing tomorrow night. BK, stand up. We're in the house tomorrow night.
Yeah! Paulie Malignaggi, we wish you a lot of luck, man. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow. So Malignaggi and Broner ready to go tomorrow at Barclays. Let's take a look at some upcoming programming on Showtime.
Me considero un cazador. Para eso me sacrifiqué, para eso luché tanto para estar aquí.
I strive to be a perfectionist every day. I always find a way to win. I always find a way to win.
The main event of the evening. Alvarez connects. Action on the inside. Ferocious power. Listen to this crowd.
Bien, vamos.
Canelo dropping trouble with a straight right. And another right hand hurts Guerrero. A brilliant shot.
We have a unanimous decision. The winner and still champion.
We're on? Are we back? All right, so on July 27 on Showtime, an added fight. Welterweight fight between Adrien Broner and Jesus Soto Carras. The welterweight division is on fire, and that should be a key fight with the winner advancing to get some more big fights in the welterweight division. That's the division we'll see tomorrow night when Paulie Malignaggi defends the WBA welterweight title against Adrien Broner. Now Monday, we will have the first of an 11-city tour promoting the fight they're calling The One. That's Floyd Mayweather against Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight of the year. 11 City Tour starts Monday in Times Square. Those press conferences will all be open to the public. And we want you to go to MayweatherPromotions.com or GoldenBoyPromotions.com to learn more, to learn dates and times and details about those press conferences. Again, open to the public. Monday, we'll be streaming live that press conference at Times Square, so join us at 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific. And this has been a very, very intense weigh-in, as we might expect. Paulie Malignaggi and Adrien Broner, they were yelling during their stare-out, and I guarantee you neither one heard a word the other one was saying, because they were in each other's faces screaming at the top of their lungs. Quite a few profanities as well, as you might expect. So tomorrow night on Showtime, 9 p.m., look for Paulie Malignaggi defending his title against Adrien Broner. And remember, join me Monday at 3 as we show stream the first of an 11-city press conference tour for Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez. This is Borough Hall. We're in Brooklyn. We look forward to tomorrow night's fight. I'm Steve Farhood. Thanks for tuning in.
I will be on top for a long time. After Floyd Mayweather's done, Adrien Broner will take over boxing. AB.
And there he goes, a 1-2 combination.
I had to earn my way through. I got character that came from those experiences. He doesn't. They gave him what he had.
Unbelievable action.
I will stop, Paulie. Just watch June 22nd. I'm dropping bombs.
Continues to tag him with the right hand.
I want to dominate him, punish him, and I want him to quit on his stool.
June 22nd, he's going to wish there's another corner he can run to.
He knocks him down and out.
Malignaggi versus Broner. Live tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Only on Showtime.